Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. Paris Saint-Germain are set to face Bayern Munich in the Club World Cup, and I thought to do it, let's do a little bit of a cheeky tactical preview. We do these ahead of every single Champions League game. First one for the Club World Cup, obviously, because now we're coming into more of the big games. These are the two predicted lineups. The thing with Paris Saint-Germain, despite Dembele coming off the bench in the recent game, according to one predicted lineup that I've seen, he could potentially not start the game and will come off the bench. But I hope Dembele starts. But if Dembele doesn't start, it will be Desiree Doué. I could see the midfield being kept, but I actually saw a report that Fabian Ruiz, is not like 100% fit. And if Fabian, if we need to arrest Fabian, if we can't start Fabian, then I do believe it's going to be Desiree Doué. And we're going to finally play the four-man attack that I've been talking about a lot. But going back to the game, Paris Saint-Germain employ basically a 4-3-3, whilst Bayern Munich, it's more of a 4-2-3-1. Khvicha Barcola holding the width, Coman, Olise. Let's take a look at when Paris Saint-Germain have the ball. Paris Saint-Germain love to have the ball. And the thing with Bayern Munich, last game we played them, we actually gave them possession. The game at the Allianz Arena, that's like one of our lowest possession games because, it was going really bad. Luis Enrique was trying out something new. He played like a new style, new formation, basically, at that Allianz game, which we won't be doing this game. But we'll try to keep possession as much as possible. That's the most important thing. And try to push up the team. Bayern will be in an uncomfortable position, which they usually aren't. I watched them versus Inter. They had the ball. They were calm into, just got the goals. And the same happened versus Barca. Like, Barca gave Bayern the ball. Bayern were clueless with the ball, despite Barca's terroristic high line. And then Barca got a lot of goals on the counter. So, I think potentially for the first time, Bayern will not have possession. And Paris Saint-Germain will be wanting to push them back like this. I don't know exactly what's their defensive shape. Is it it could be like a 4-4-2. I don't know if it's going to be this deep though. Maybe like this when they're sitting back, or maybe it's a 4-5-1, like Musiala drops, Kimmich and Goretzka in the half space. I think that would be better. Dembele will obviously operating the false line zones, Barcola holding the width, Khvicha holding the width. Khvicha could sometimes go inside, Nuno holds the width. Hakimi is holding the width, Barcola will go inside. You got Neves, Fabian, and Vitinha roaming this place as usual, and Marquinhos and Pacho at the back. And, that's one thing I've talked about. Paris Saint-Germain's biggest weakness / Achilles heel, if you want to beat Paris Saint-Germain, it's now. It's on the counter when there's all of this space. The main issue with Bayern Munich is they have no pace. Davis is their only outlet. He's their only 90+ pace player. And he's obviously missing this game. They're going to play Stanisic there. Got Coman with a little bit of pace. You got Olise with a little bit of pace. That's about it. Maybe Leimer can work hard, make some runs here. But I just don't see the pace. Paris Saint-Germain are the most athletic team in the world. And if you want to compete with Paris Saint-Germain, you have to be athletic as well, but there just isn't any athleticism. So when Paris Saint-Germain have the ball like this, a bit like in the Liverpool game, we will feel very comfortable because we won't be that scared of, threatening Bayern Munich counters. There will still be dangerous counters, obviously. But because of the lack of the pace, we're going to be less worried. Like, for example, if Olise gets the ball here and there's a lot of space, Nuno's going to recover in time. Olise is not that quick. Nuno, he is that quick. If Coman has the ball, Coman is still quick. And I actually remember, the group stage game. It was a very tough defensive game for Hakimi because Kingsley Coman, I don't know, man. Whenever he plays Paris Saint-Germain, he turns it up. He turns it up. And he will do that once again. He's turned up against us in the Champions League final. He turned up against us in the last game. And he turned up against us in 22-23 as well. So Coman is definitely someone that could be a bit tricky, that could potentially have a big game because, he's had that majority of the times he's played us. Olise obviously didn't start the last game versus us. It was Sané. Olise came off the bench. So Olise versus Nuno, that's going to be another cheeky battle. You know, we've seen Nuno versus Saka, Nuno versus Salah, Nuno versus Yamal, and now it's time for Olise. Basically, Nuno's had to play the four best right wingers in the world apart from PSG players. But yeah, PSG will be ticking the ball around, and you know, we have a younger team than this Bayern team. We can run more. You know, I mean, Kim is still athletic. Like Goretzka will get cooked. Goretzka will get cooked because that's one thing a lot of people don't understand. This mostly came from the Prem fans when we play the Premier League clubs in the Champions League. We're always talking about, oh, Goretzka, he's 6'4". How will Neves and Vitinha handle it? He's cooked. The ball moves quicker than the feet. So, and then when you look at bench, I mean, Paris Saint-Germain have a full squad. No issues, nothing. We will have much better rotation as well. But yeah, let's take a look at when Bayern has the ball. Paris Saint-Germain, obviously, we like to sit back in Vicha in like a 4-5-1 with Dembele as the front man. And the thing with Bayern München, they are a possession side, but they're not the best at breaking down low blocks. Like Paris Saint-Germain, for example. Like they will have the players in the half space who be Kane and Musiala basically as 2 10s. They will have Upamecano's ball playing ability. That would obviously be a good thing. But it's gonna be very tough. It's gonna be very tough for Bayern. Because as I mentioned, they're not the best with the ball, and Paris Saint-Germain are really good defensively. I think we've only conceded one goal at the Club World Cup so far, and in Champions League knockout stages, whenever we turned up, I want to play more defensively, not concede. No team can change that. Trying to look, maybe they'll create triangle here, triangle here. So I'm mostly looking at Coman, Hakimi to open up the game for Bayern. Olise, Nuno, maybe. Is Olise gonna have what? Jadon Sanchez game? I don't know. I don't think so. And we talked about pace on the counter. Look at Paris Saint-Germain. Basically, this is our counter-attack unit. Nuno Mendes, Hakimi, the fullbacks, Barcola, Khvicha, Dembele, the attack. And then you got these players feeding them balls. And, you know, we saw what Barca did to Bayern defensively on the counter-attack. And I think Paris Saint-Germain might do even worse. Because when it comes to Barca counterattacks, it's mostly just like Rafinha, Yamal, sometimes Leva, sometimes a pass from the defense. Balde, I didn't remember that much from him from that game. Paris Saint-Germain, it's even more. It's even more ruthless. So Paris Saint-Germain look better when they have the ball. Paris Saint-Germain look better when they don't have the ball. Paris Saint-Germain look better when there is space in behind. Paris Saint-Germain are going to press Bayern better than Bayern are going to press us. I mean, it's cute looking at these tactical like tactical reviews ahead of the game, but I don't know. I don't know. It's very hard for me to see any team beat PSG. Like we have to be unlucky. We have to miss a lot of chances. The opponent has to be fortunate to beat us. I mean that's the only way in my opinion. Basically that Liverpool game. That is the only way to beat this Paris Saint-Germain team. We don't count the Villa Fugazi game. But yeah, that's basically I think I've gone through everything. What I'm excited to watch is obviously the wing stuff. Coman, Hakimi, Nuno, Olise. Then we'll see what Vicha and Leimer will do. Barcola, Stanisic. Obviously, there will be a lot of movement. Sometimes Dembele will be versus Stanisic and so on. But I just hope Dembele starts this game. I would love him to start this game. But yeah, that's been it from Boy PSG. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez, allez, allez Paris.